I am honored to be a part of this special occasion. Today, we embark on a new journey. I take this opportunity to once again welcome our esteemed guests, faculty members, and our bright new batch of LLM students. We have a thoughtful program planned for this afternoon filled with insightful addresses and introductions. Lighting the lamp symbolizes the dispelling of darkness and the awakening of knowledge. Thus, to commence our program, I would like to invite the dignitaries to light the lamp.
शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते दीपज्योतिर्परब्रह्म दीपज्योतिर्जनार्दनः दीपज्योतिर्परब्रह्म दीपज्योतिर्जनार्दनः दीपो हरतु मे पापम् सन्ध्यादीपनमोऽस्तु ते ओ दीपब्रह्मरूपस्त्वं ज्योतिषां प्रभुरव्ययः ओ दीपब्रह्मरूपस्त्वं ज्योतिषां प्रभुरव्ययः आरोग्यं देहि पुत्रांश्च मतिं स्वच्छां हि मे सदा रवेरस्तं समारभ्य यावत् सूर्योदयो भवेत् रवेरस्तं समारभ्य यावत् सूर्योदयो भवेत् यस्य तिष्ठेत् गृहे दीपः तस्य नास्ति दरिद्रता शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः
I would now like to request our guests to take the seats on the dais. Now, we would like to extend a warm floral welcome to our distinguished guests. I would request Dr. Raghavendra Prabhu, Deputy Registrar, Mahe Bengaluru, to welcome our Chief Guest, Honorable Mr. Justice A.V. Chandrasekhar. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. I would now request Dr. Sunil John, Professor of Law, Manipal Law School, Mahe Bengaluru, to welcome our guest of honor, Mr. C.K. Nandakumar. Thank you, sir. May now request Professor R. Venkat Raghavan, Professor of Practice, Manipal Law School, Mahe Bengaluru, to welcome our guest of honor, Professor Sarasu Esther Thomas. Thank you so much, sir. May I now request Dr. Apurvi Srivastav, Associate Professor of Law and Faculty PG Coordinator, to welcome Dr. Raghavendra Prabhu, Deputy Registrar, Mahe Bengaluru. Thank you so much, ma'am. I would now like to invite Dr. Rahul Mishra, Associate Professor, Manipal Law School, to deliver the welcome address to the August gathering.
Respected dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, distinguished invitees, parents, and my dear students, a very good afternoon to all of you. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to this LLM Orientation Program 2024 at the prestigious Manipal Law School, Mahe Bengaluru campus. Today marks the beginning of an exciting journey for a new batch of LLM students, a journey that will undoubtedly shape their future and in turn the future of our legal system as well. So we are honored to have with us today some of the most distinguished personalities in the field of law who have not only contributed immensely to the legal profession, but have also been exemplary figures of integrity, wisdom, and justice. First and foremost, we are deeply privileged to have Justice A.V. Chandrasekhar ji, retired judge of High Court of Karnataka, as our chief guest today. Justice Chandrasekhar's illustrious career has been a beacon of justice and fairness, and his contributions to the legal fraternity are both vast and invaluable. Sir, your presence here today is an inspiration to all of us, and we are eager to hear your words of wisdom, sir. We are equally honored to welcome Professor Sarasu Esther Thomas, a highly respected professor of law at the National Law School of India, University, Bengaluru. Professor Thomas is known for her profound insights into legal education and her commitment to nurturing the next generation of legal minds. Ma'am, your achievements in the field of law are exemplary, and we are fortunate to have you here today as our guest of honor, ma'am. It's also a great privilege to welcome Mr. C.K. Nandakumar ji, a renowned arbitrator and the founder of Chambers of Nandakumar, as our guest of honor. Mr. Nandakumar's extensive experience in arbitration and his dedication to upholding the principles of justice have set a high standard for legal professionals across the country. Sir, your presence here today adds great value to this occasion, and we are excited to learn from your experiences, sir. We are also pleased to have with us Professor Raghavendra Prabhu ji, Deputy Registrar of Mahe Bengaluru campus. Professor Prabhu has been a guiding force behind the success of this institution, and we are grateful for his leadership and support in shaping the future of legal education also at Manipal Law School. To our new students today is the beginning of a transformative journey. You have chosen to pursue an LLM, a course that demands not only intellectual rigor, but also a deep commitment to justice and ethics. The legal landscape is evolving rapidly. As future leaders of the legal profession, you will play a crucial role in shaping this evolution. As you embark on this journey, remember that the pursuit of knowledge is not just about academic achievement, it's also about cultivating the virtues of humility, integrity, and justice. As the ancient Sanskrit verse beautifully states, Vidya dadati vinayam, Vinyat yati patratam, patratav vapnoti dhanadhanam tata sukham. Meaning thereby, knowledge bestows humility. From humility comes worthiness. From worthiness, one attains wealth. From wealth, righteousness. And from righteousness, happiness. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for those lovely words. Mahe Bengaluru is proud of its legacy, and we would also strive hard to take it forward with every passing day. Who better than our Deputy Registrar, Dr. Raghavendra Prabhu, to introduce Mahe to all of you. Sir, please.
So good afternoon, everyone. Respected dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, esteemed faculty members, staff, the second batch of the LLM students of Manipal Law School, the parents, invitees. It is my pleasure to be a part of this orientation program. As I already mentioned, I am just going to highlight about Mahe and Mahe Bengaluru campus. So first of all, congratulations all the students who took admissions to various LLM programs offered by Manipal Law School. At the same time, I would also like to inform you that Mahe has been ranked number 4 in the country in the NIR ranking. So that was just 2 to 3 days back. So we are all proud of you, and we are also happy that you came or you choose to be a part of our organization. So once again, thank you all. As I already mentioned, this Mahe, we started in the year 1953 with the first self-financing medical institution, which is Kasturba Medical College. With that, we started our journey. So as of now, as you can see from this slide, we have more than 25 institutions and more than 15 university teaching departments offering programs in 4 campuses with more than 370 programs in various disciplines offered under the umbrella of Mahe. The founder of Mahe, late Dr. Thonse Madhav Anantapai, he pioneered the concept of public-private partnerships way back in 1953. As I already mentioned, in 1953 we started our first self-financing medical college. So that too, we started with the government. At that time we didn't have the hospital. We took the hospital from government, which was at Mangalore, whereas our academic block was located at Manipal. So that's how we started our journey with 2 government medical colleges at Mangalore and the academic block located at Manipal. We started our journey with the first medical college. That was the first institution under the umbrella of Mahe. So from then, we added institution almost every year, and as of now, we have more than 45 institutions and teaching departments. And the man behind this is Padma Shri awardee Dr. Thonse Madhav Anantapai. His distinguished son, Dr. Ramdas Sempai, he took Manipal out of Manipal. So we started our campus in Mangalore, Bangalore, Jamshedpur, and also in Dubai and Malaysia. So we have 4 off-campus centers in India and 2 offshore campuses, one in Dubai and one in Malaysia. And he is the person who is responsible for getting the deemed to be university status for Mahe, and that status we got in the year 1993. And in recognition of his accomplishment, he received 2 distinguished awards, one from Government of India and one from Government of Malaysia. So the Government of India accorded the status of Padma Bhushan Award, and the Government of Malaysia awarded the Datuk Award, which is a prestigious award from Malaysia. As I already mentioned, we have 4 off-campus centers and 2 offshore campus centers offering various programs across India as well as abroad, and out of which the Bengaluru campus is the new one, the new added campus to the Mahe family. We started operation of this Mahe Bengaluru campus in the year 2022. I'm going to speak more on Mahe Bengaluru campus a little later. And as I mentioned, in 1993, we started our first self-financing medical college, which is Kasturba Medical College. And then you can see every year we added an institution or a university teaching department. And then in 1993, we got the status of deemed to be university. And in 2020, in recognition of our academic accomplishments, the Ministry of Education, Government of India, gave the status of Institution of Eminence, which is the prestigious status which we got among the 6 other institutions, 6 other universities in India in 2020. So Mahe has progressed exponentially over the 7 decades to be one of the largest multidisciplinary universities in India. So Mahe provides a great variety of graduate and undergraduate programs covering several key disciplines like medicine, engineering, pharmacy, dentistry, nursing, hotel administration, allied health, management, communication, law, art, design and technology, etc. So Mahe functions all these programs under the 3 major faculties with over 25 professional higher educational institutions and 15 university teaching departments and over 130 specialized research centers. Our alumni base of around 250,000 and top quality infrastructure adds to the wide dimensions of our quality education. Mahe has established itself as a world-class institution as evident by its ranking. In the national scenario, NIRF has ranked Mahe as India's top 4th universities in 2024, and many of our constituent colleges are ranked under the top 10 under their respective discipline. Mahe has been ranked 52nd worldwide for quality education and 15th worldwide for gender equality in THE Impact Ranking 2024. Mahe is extremely conscious about the environmental concerns and has taken effective steps in environmental preservation and sustainability. Resources are managed in a holistic way by implementing the best available technology on campus, and due to these efforts, Mahe has been ranked number 1 in India and ranked number 39 in globally suburban category in UI Green Metric World University Ranking 2023. Mahe places utmost importance on quality assurance and is committed to continuous quality enhancement. It is reflected in the various accreditations obtained from renowned accrediting bodies. Mahe has accredited by NAC with the highest grade of A++ and a CGPA score of 3.65 out of 4 for the 5 years till May 30, 2027. Other accrediting bodies such as ISO, NBA, Association for the Accreditation of Human Research Protection Programs, Association of MBAs, Indian Federation of Culinary Associations, and others have also recognized our commitments to quality education. The latest addition to this list of accreditation is from the Institute of Engineering and Technology, IET. As I already mentioned, this Mahe Bengaluru campus we started in the year 2020. The groundbreaking ceremony in this campus that was done in October 2020. The construction activity started. At that time we had the COVID as well. So we wanted to start our campus in 2021, but due to COVID, the infrastructure facility got extended. But the first year, that is in 2021, we started Manipal Institute of Technology, Bengaluru. So we took admission, we took the AICTE approval, and we started offering 5 BTech programs in 2021 under MIT Bengaluru. But initially we started with online programs. Then finally we started the offline the classes in March 2022. We started in Manipal Academy of Banking campus, that is in Tanisandra. Again, at that time this infrastructure was not ready. Then in 2022 May we shifted to this campus with this building as the first academic block. So this is called as academic block 4. And then we added 5 more institutions and 3 university teaching departments, and as of now we have more than 400 qualified faculty members. And with this year's admissions we have almost 7,200 students studying in various programs, and almost around 3,500 students are staying in our hostels. As I already mentioned, for ease of operations, Mahe has reconstituted all these institutions and departments under 3 faculties. The first one is a Faculty of Health Sciences. Under this we have 2 institutions, Manipal Institute of Regenerative Medicine, which is MIRM, which started in the year 2007. So this is a specific research-oriented institution. We started in the year 2007. It was operating in Alal Sandra, again in Yelahanka. Again, last year we moved that MIRM inside our campus. And Allied Health, under this we have one more institution, which is Manipal College of Health Profession. Again, we started in the year 2010. So we are offering all PG programs, but this is operating in Manipal Hospital, Manipal Hospital, Bengaluru, which is in Old Airport Road. Then coming to Faculty of Technology and Science. So under this again we have 2 institutions. One is MIT Bengaluru, which started in the year 2021. And then we had SMI, Srishti Manipal Institute of Art, Design and Technology. Basically, so this Srishti, initially it was an autonomous institution. It was under various other institutions. But in 2020, we took over that institution. So from 2020 onwards, this Srishti is part of Mahe. And earlier again, it was operating in various campuses in Yelahanka. But in last year, in 2023, again, SMI has moved in. So now all the SMI programs are offered in this campus. Then coming to Faculty of Management, Liberal Arts, Humanities, Social Science and Law. Under this we have 5 institutions and university teaching departments. All these institutions started in the year 2022. So the first one is the TAPMI, TAPI Management Institution. Then under Humanities, which is DLHS, Department of Liberal Arts, Humanities, Social Sciences. Then Department of Public Policy, DPP. Then DOC, Department of Commerce. And Law School, Manipal Law School. So coming to the infrastructure, so we are planning to have 8 academic blocks in this campus. As of now, 4 academic blocks are ready, which can accommodate around 8,000 to 10,000 students. But with the completion of all 8 academic blocks, we will be able to accommodate around 18,000 to 20,000 students in this campus. And we are expected to complete all these academic blocks to be ready by 2026, June. Coming to the hostel blocks, as I already mentioned, we are coming up with 4 hostel blocks. 3 are already ready. 4th one, just now we started. And the 4th one, the other half of 4th block, it will be ready by next year. With the completion of all these hostel blocks, we'll be able to accommodate around 5,622 students inside the campus. And we are expected to add one more hostel block with around 3,500 beds, and that may come within the next 2 to 3 years. Coming to some of the central facilities, like food court with a state-of-the-art auditorium, Dr. Ramdas M. Pai Convention Hall with the 1,100 seater seating capacity, then the indoor sports complex marina, then the administrative block, the multi-level car parking which can accommodate around 1,700 cars, and other infrastructure, the utility and the sewage treatment plant. So all these are getting ready, and probably over the next 2 years, we are going to complete all this infrastructure. So these are some of the infrastructure already ready. The AB4 auditorium, which is this hall. The library, again, we are coming up with a central library with around 1 lakh square feet area. So as of now, we have library located at different places, but we are coming up with a new building with a central facility, central library. Again, that is coming up within the next 1.5 years. Then Dr. Ramdas M. Pai Convention Hall, a state-of-the-art 1,100 seater auditorium, that is also ready. The main food court is ready, and the outdoor amphitheater with a capacity of around 1,800 seats, and the marina building, the indoor sports complex, that also has one more food court. So that is also now it is operational. So these are all outdoor sports facilities. We have a state-of-the-art turf cricket ground, the leather ball cricket ground, the artificial turf cricket, the football ground, 2 basketball courts, tennis court, 2 volleyball courts, 4 practice cricket nets. And this is the indoor sports complex marina. Again, it has various sports facilities like the multi-function hall, which has basketball and volleyball court. We have 4 badminton courts, table tennis courts, squash courts, steam and sauna bath, a gym at various floors. So all these facilities are ready to use. We started this facility just 3 days back. And all these facilities are open to you. You will be here only for the next 1 year, whereas other students, they will be here for the next 3 to 4 years, the undergraduate students. But you will be here only for the next 1 year. Make use of all these facilities. Whenever you are free, you can make use of all these facilities. And one more thing I would like to say here, 24 distinguished scientists from Mahe have made us proud by featuring in the list of world's top 2 percentile scientists this year. Amongst these 24 researchers, 5 researchers are consistently figured from the last 3 years. Mahe takes immense pride in the achievements of our alumni. The alumni relations team at Mahe is earnestly working to establish enduring connections with our alumni base of more than 250,000. Achievements of our alumni continue to make us proud as they hold very important and prestigious positions across the globe. Dr. Ranjana Pai, the President of Mahe Trust and Chairman MEMG, is at the forefront of Manipal Group's initiatives in the field of education, healthcare and research. Building upon the group's vision, 7 decades of legacy, he has led its continuous expansion in higher education and healthcare, both nationally and internationally. In closing, let me once again welcome you all to Mahe Bengaluru. We are excited to have you join our academic community and look forward to the incredible achievements you will accomplish during your time here. Your journey starts now, and we are here to support you every step of the way. So thank you, and I wish you all the very best in your studies and future endeavors. With this, I complete my presentation. I want to go for one more function that is scheduled at 3:15. I take your leave. So thank you once again. So sorry for the inconvenience. Sir, I apologize. I will not be able to hear till the end. I need to make for one more function that is scheduled at 3:15. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for such a beautiful and comprehensive introduction to Mahe. LLM programs designed by Manipal Law School are unique in its nature, and we believe it will cater to the growth of legal fraternity and young minds. I now invite Dr. Apurvi Srivastav, Associate Professor and Program Coordinator, to give us a glimpse of the LLM programs at MLS.
Thank you, Harkiran. Greetings, everyone, and a very good afternoon. Let me take this opportunity to thank our dignitaries on the dais, colleagues sitting off the dais, students, and parents. Before I introduce the PG program to all of you, allow me to show you the glimpse of our campus, where you will be spending your next 1 year creating memories and writing the next chapter of your life. May I request the campus video, please? Thank you for the video. Moving ahead, Manipal Law School is amongst the new and upcoming department of Mahe. Manipal Law School laid down the foundation of its PG program last year in the year 2023. Currently, we have Center for Postgraduate Studies and Center for Executive Legal Studies under it. Under the postgraduate studies aegis, we have LLM in data privacy and information technology, investment, arbitration and commercial arbitration, construction law and arbitration. Under the aegis of Center for Executive Legal Studies, we have PG Diploma in Construction Law and Arbitration. All the PG programs are of 1 year in duration, spread over 2 semesters with 14 papers of total 40 credits. During this 1 year span, we collaborate with various industry experts to make our students industry ready. But even the last year, we had various workshops, contract drafting workshop, sessions on tech law overview, IP in digital age understanding, practical insights on data privacy and protection, HR training workshops, resume building sessions, sessions on legal tools, research workshops, etc. are few to name. International and national faculty together, they curate a holistic course plan which led to successful over 80% placement of our first LLM batch, for which we are proud of. With our placement support and the committee, we are striving to go better every year. Some of our last recruiters are here for you to see. LLM cohort for us is always a very small group, but a very focused individual who have their aims and goals very clear. We aim to provide all of you the best learning, growth, and networking opportunities this year as well. It's time to gear up and start your journey with us towards your dream. Wish you all the best and welcome to Mahe Bengaluru. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Apuri, for sharing your thoughts with us on our LLM program. We are privileged to have Mr. C.K. Nandakumar, arbitrator and founder, Chambers of Nandakumar, and Professor Sarasu Esther Thomas, Professor of Law, NLSIU Bangalore, as our guest of honors today. Mr. C.K. Nandakumar completed his BA LLB honors from National Law School of India, University, Bangalore in 2001. He was designated as a senior advocate in 2021 by the High Court of Karnataka. He heads the law chambers of C.K. Nandakumar, which is a chamber of 10 lawyers with focus areas of commercial litigation, arbitration, domestic and international, corporate, and civil disputes. The practice includes matters relating to civil and commercial suits, written regulatory matters, court intervention in arbitration, shareholder disputes, corporate insolvency, and white-collar crime. He appears as counsel in arbitration before the Supreme Court of India, the High Court of Karnataka, National Company Law Tribunal, and other fora. He also accepts appointments as arbitrator. He is a fellow of the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators, UKCIA ARB. He is a certified arbitrator, Indian Institute for Arbitration and Mediation. He is also a member of INSOL International. He was selected to the ICC Advanced Arbitration Academy for Asia. He is also on the Indian Advisory Board for the International Center for Dispute Resolution. He is a contributing editor of C.R. Datta Commentary on the Company Law 2017 edition. He has contributed to international construction contract law. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Nandakumar to share his thoughts with us.
ಲೈವೇ ಹೋಯ್ತು ಬ್ರೋ ಹೋಯ್ತಪ್ಪ ಪವರ್ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಆಯ್ತು ಏನೋ
A.V. Chandrasekhar, former judge, Karnataka High Court, Professor Sarasu Esther Thomas, not just faculty member from the National Law School, also my senior, distinguished faculty members, anxious parents of students who are going to take up these wonderful courses, and other members present. Thank you for your kind invitation, Professor Ramadurai, for asking me to address the incoming cohort of students. I have a confession to make before I get to what I really want to say. I've for a while held the view that there are way too many law schools in India or law colleges in India, and that there should not be any more who open up. Some law schools or law colleges have become veritable factories, and they virtually are mass producing graduates. And I've held this view for a while that they should Bar Council should simply stop offering accreditation for any more. So when Professor Ramadurai asked me to be associated with the Manipal Law School, the LLM program, I have to admit I had some trepidation. Then when I saw the programs that were proposed to be offered at the Manipal Law School, the LLM programs, I realized that combining the unique style and the international standards that Manipal brings, I was convinced that this is precisely the sort of course that needs to be encouraged and made popular. I can tell you that on looking at I don't know, I'm sure all of you have been given these booklets. On looking at the course content that's available for the International Investment Arbitration and Commercial Arbitration course, or for that matter, the Construction Arbitration course, I can tell you that these are topics that are being discussed, debated upon in conferences internationally as we speak. This is what is being taught in international universities. There is another aspect to this, which is that practically every young lawyer or law student wants to go abroad and do an LLM. Practically everybody wants to do arbitration. There is almost a fixation with arbitration. We have no greater an authority on civil law than Justice Chandrasekhar, who's necessary here. He will tell you that in order to be able to master arbitration, what you really need to know is two things. One is subject matter expertise, and second is to be a good trial lawyer. You don't need to go and do a master's from the best of universities abroad. You don't need to have worked with foreign law firms or be a second-rung citizen in a third-rung country. What you really need is for practical, sensible guidance and to hone your skills to have a good course like this. Now, we did not have the benefit of these courses when we were graduating. We did a few other courses. Some of them were mentioned in the kind introduction. It sounds like I've done a lot, but well, all of this was all over many years. But really speaking, today what you have in the LLM course that I see in front of me in this booklet is the curation of a lot of all of these. It's the sum total of experiences of a lot of people over a lot of years, which have been put together for your convenience and for your ease. Now, if you are able to go through this course, master it, and come out of it with the understanding that is necessary of this course, it will equip you really well to face what is up ahead of you. The other aspect that is important is that data privacy and the future of data privacy, that let me just spend a couple of minutes on that, is something that is going to consume the world and is already consuming the world in a manner that very few things have in the last few years. Data protection and data privacy have been and are continuing to be buzzwords. Along with this, you have various forms of digital governance, for want of a better word, which includes how do you at all regulate cryptocurrencies? Do you at all regulate EFTs? Now, these are emerging areas, and in fact, over a cup of coffee, we were discussing, Justice Chandrasekhar, Professor Sarasu, Thomas and I were discussing about how there are now so many new and emerging areas of law, which if you don your hat as a regular civil lawyer or a criminal lawyer from the traditional understanding of, when you were graduating 20 years ago, 40 years ago, everybody would ask you, what do you want to do, civil or criminal? Now, life has moved on quite a bit from there. Today, people are going to ask you, are you going to be a data protection lawyer? Are you going to be a construction arbitration specialist? Now, these are questions that we simply were not asked 20 years ago. Yet here you are at the brink of the future of your life, where you have the ability and the advantage of being put through a rigorous and really, really illuminating course on what the future not just of our country, but of the rest of the world will look like. This is where the future is, and you are really at the threshold, ready to open the door, and your professors here will be the ones who will be able to tell you how to open those doors. And therefore, I think these courses are extremely well curated. A minute more on data protection and privacy related issues. Irrespective of what happens in the future, this is something that is going to take up a lot of debate, time, effort, etc. India has taken baby steps in the regulation of some of these aspects. We had Justice Sri Krishna involved in some of these issues. There is still an enormous amount of work to be done when it comes to policy, when it comes to, there are going to be disputes that arise out of this. Who are the lawyers who are going to be able to handle these disputes? How many lawyers even know what data protection and what the law in India is relating to data protection? Well, you are equipping yourself to be able to face these challenges in a manner in which for the previous generation of lawyers simply do not have that visibility. So you have a great advantage, you have a great opportunity here, please make the most of it. Coming to investment arbitration, we celebrated our Independence Day just yesterday. There is no more opportune moment to mention this. I don't know if you know this, but there are these bilateral investment treaty arbitrations that India has been subjected to. India has had various bilateral investment treaties with various countries, much like various countries have with one another. Like it could be, say, Pakistan with Germany, which was in fact the first bilateral investment treaty ever in the world. So you have various treaties. It could be Netherlands with Cambodia, India with Singapore, and so on and so forth. India had a score of 0.8, that is 8 in bilateral investment treaty arbitrations having been invoked against India, and had lost all 8. There was one, which is called the White Industries case, which India lost for what is possibly an extremely shameful moment in our country's history. What had happened was that there was an award that an Australian company secured, but they felt that to try and enforce it in India was taking an inordinate amount of time, and they pointed to the fact that the judicial system was so slow in being able to comply with the request of enforcement that the Australian company had, that they said that this is a breach of India's bilateral investment treaty obligations with Australia, and they sued. Their actual award was not very much. It was, when I say not very much, on a scale it wasn't all that large. But the award that was passed in the bilateral investment treaty arbitration against India was over $1.3 billion. And the challenges to those are still going on as we speak. And I think this is why I mentioned the Independence Day. We need freedom from this sort of judicial lethargy and the clogging of the system. It could as much be because there aren't enough people there who know what to do. There aren't enough people who are well equipped to deal with these situations. But now let me give you the positive news. That score which I mentioned of 0.8, I am happy to tell you, is now 2.8. India has won the last 2 bilateral investment treaty arbitrations that we had. And a very good friend of mine was representing India and helping in some part of it. And India has now taken a policy decision away from some part of this. But these are areas where there simply isn't enough expertise in India, or there isn't enough broad-based expertise. There is some, but not enough. So really, these are areas and these are courses which need a lot of attention, but haven't been paid any attention by anybody till date. So I really compliment the Manipal University for having come up with this sort of a course. The next area, which is a pet area and something that's very close to my heart, is construction disputes. I think, again, with construction disputes, the historical problem has been that people have just looked at it as any other dispute. It's a civil dispute, it's a contractual dispute. In everybody's minds, that's all there is to it. Well, it's not incorrect to say that. But it's also, I would say, quite an understatement. Because a construction dispute involves so many nuances and so many aspects which you need an enormous amount of knowledge and specialization to be able to deal with. For starters, worldwide, there is a huge spurt in infrastructure. In India, you can see that spurt everywhere around you. The assistant registrar who was here told us how much more construction is going on campus. God forbid we don't want a dispute on campus, but you can just imagine the number of construction projects that are ongoing in infrastructure projects and construction projects that are ongoing in Bangalore, in Hyderabad, in the smaller towns, right? Now, in many of these, you have standard form contracts. You have the FIDIC contracts, you have these NEC contracts, and various other forms. These are the two very popular ones. You can also imagine metro construction going on in Bangalore, in Kochi, in you name the city or town, perhaps each one of you come from a different place. If the construction is not already ongoing, it is going to happen in some time. Airport construction, seaports, road, highways, right, bridges. Each one of these has the potential of, it needn't only be disputes, it could also be contract management. And I can tell you, and no better a person than Professor Ramadurai to take you through these courses, the level of specialization that is needed is much, much more than somebody who's just typically used to a bare injunction suit of a property owner trying to stop his neighbor from encroaching or something like that. On this, I just found something quite interesting. I also took a look at how your grading takes place for your course. Yes, I have this here. At point 7 of your LLM academic regulation, there's a grading system that's mentioned, and the overall performance of a student is indicated by a grade point average, which is the weighted average of the grade points obtained in that semester expressed as where GPA equals sigma to the power n G C1 G1 by sigma to the power n C1. You didn't understand a word, did you? In order to be a good construction disputes lawyer, you need to be able to understand this formula. So if you want to know how your CGPA is going to be computed, you had better get more involved in how these formulae work. I'll give you a classic example. You will have contracts which will say that in order for you to be able to, the fixed price of the contract is say 40 crores, but if you complete the project within a period of 3 months from this date, you will get something called an X factor. Now to calculate that X factor is a very, very complicated formula, far more complicated than your CGPA calculation. If you have a dispute over it, unless you are able to understand it, you will not really be able to contribute much to that matter. In order to be able to contribute to it, you must have some sense of how these formulae work. You don't have to be a great mathematician. I mean, it's a bonus if you are. But if you aren't, and you chose law over mathematics like somebody like me, you can still do very well, provided you are able to attune your mind to the needs of what the situation is. That comes with some degree of training, which is what I'm able to see your course has. So this is something that I would say is very peculiar, because to the best of my understanding, there is no other course in India which offers, no other college in India which offers these courses. So therefore, it's very commendable that these programs have been brought for you. I would also add that issues like delay, damages, site handover related issues are all involve so many nuances. I'll give you the most common example of, there are at least 6 or 7 disputes that I'm handling which have this issue of, be it either a highway or any other construction, where the contractor will invariably, or a metro project, they'll invariably say that the site was not handed over on time. The principal will say, look, 85% of the site is ready, that 15% there's a dispute, somebody's gone to the High Court and got a stay, you manage with the rest of it, we are helpless. This tussle is ongoing. And therefore, you may be for the contractor, you may be for the principal, it makes no difference. The question is, are you able to appreciate and understand what the nuances involved are? It is a course like this that will really be able to help you achieve that. Therefore, I see no reason why I mentioned why everybody wants to go abroad and do an LLM. I see no reason why we should lag behind as a country when it comes to legal education. We are not lagging behind in so many other areas. There is no reason why legal education should be anything else. This conception that doing an LLM abroad is the stairway to legal heaven has to change. And I hope and pray that it changes with the LLM course in the Manipal Law School. I'm delighted to welcome the second cohort of the, I hope I get this right, of our LLM program. To mark this wonderful occasion, you have two other speakers who I am always anxious to listen to. So I will leave you to hear what they have to say. As far as the students are concerned, my very best wishes to you. You will be the future of this country and the future stars of the country. All the very best. And for the faculty, if there is any other support that we can offer as practitioners, we are always ready and available. More than willing to contribute when the cause is so worthy. Thank you so much for having me once again, and all the very best. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Nandakumar, for your insightful address. Now, I would take this opportunity to introduce Professor Sarasu Esther Thomas. Professor Sarasu Esther Thomas has taught at National Law School since 1996. Her areas of focus are gender, human rights, and family law. She is a former registrar and currently holds a position of coordinator, Center for Women and Law, and the Human Rights Lawyering Project. It's an honor for us to have such an avid researcher and experienced academician to share her views with us. May I now request Professor Sarasu Esther Thomas to address the gathering. Ma'am, please.
Justice Chandrasekhar, whom I've had the opportunity to interact with at the Judicial Academy and otherwise, Nandakumar, who was my junior at NLS, and we share a lot of memories of our old institution, management of this new institution, faculty, students who've just joined, and parents. Very good afternoon to all of you. First of all, congratulations to all the students here for deciding to do their master's degree. Nandakumar and I were discussing how this is quite unique, and probably not. We don't have such a similar course probably in the country. So this is a pioneering course in many ways, and hats off to the faculty who have drafted it and to the students who have opted for it. This law school is also a young one, and the leap of faith that you have made in the institution will surely pay off. We've already seen that Manipal has jumped from number 6 to number 4 on NIRF, and I'm sure it will continue to grow. I was thinking of what to say to a group of LLM students, and I thought back to the days that I was at NLS. I joined NLS as an undergrad student in 1990, and we had nothing, no facilities. There were 3 tiny rooms in the Central College campus with an asbestos roof. We had a gallery hall, we had a large convoluted room for a library. But what we had was a vision of the founder director, Professor Dr. Madhav Menon, who I think revolutionized legal education in our country. And even at that time, though we keep looking at the undergraduate program at NLS as the flagship program of the law school, we also had a master's program, and very few students were admitted. You'll also see that your cohort is quite small in comparison to the size of the university. And the question people used to ask is, why do you want to look at an LLM program when you're struggling with a UG program? But he said no university can grow without research degrees, and LLM is the first of them. He also said that, an LLM gives students a chance to do a quality degree program in India without having to look outside. And the motivations for doing an LLM are very, very varied. Now, all of you have come to this course with different kinds of motivations. Some of you may have come thinking that you will do further research in this area. It has great potential to dive in and do research. Some of you may be interested in teaching, for which the first step is an LLM. Some of you may want to do a subject specialization. in our UG courses, when I sit through the interviews of students, we ask them, what do you want to do? They say, oh, we want to be corporate lawyers. We want to specialize in corporate law. And I said, no, no. In UG courses, you don't specialize. You do everything. And as they go along law school, they know that, okay, this is not what I want to do. And corporate law is also so vast. It's not just one thing, and this is what I'd like to do. So specialization is what you get when you do a master's, that you get in-depth knowledge in that subject. You fit into a niche group that very few other people in India do. You may think it's a large group here, but you will be specialists in an area that very few in India are. In addition to this, there are those who might want to prepare themselves for industry readiness. You feel that your undergraduate degree has not given you enough. Your internships that you've done made you feel that you need to be more prepared for the industry, and you've come here for industry readiness. Also a good motivation. Some of you may have come, despite what Nandakumar has said, for further studies as a first step to maybe studying further, doing another LLM or moving into another discipline, because multidisciplinary learning is very much the norm today in India, or going further for your PhD studies. Now, all these are good motivations. They may change during your time here. But what I would say to you as an academic, and not somebody who belongs to this industry, is that this 1 year goes by faster than you think. We did a 2-year LLM when we were students. Now LLMs are 1 year. And the 1 year just goes by very, very fast. So, you think that, oh, I will do this one day. But that will never happen. That day is now. You have to do this now. So what should you do in this 1 year? Do everything, What I regret most in law school is not the things that I have, done, because I was, one of those good children. But I regret things that I've not done, I thought, okay, I'll do this next year, or I will do that next year. Today I want to, spend time with my friends. Today I want to do this. But this is a big university with many departments, many other colleges. Explore. This is the 1 year that you get before you start working to do all the things that you would like to do. So do everything. Try everything, because you don't know what new options will open up. There might be things that you never thought of. There might be intersectionalities that you were unaware of. And there might be career opportunities which you never had a chance to think about, which you may not have thought about, and sometimes your teachers may not have thought about. Read, write, do internships, and a wide range of internships. Or if you like something, then stick to that. You don't have to do different internships every time. And if you wish to study further for your PhD, then explore those options for masters in areas that you would like to further specialize in, or a PhD as well. And all this is important because we now live in also a very competitive world. And everyone faces competition. We do know that there's a downturn in the market. But at the same time, we know that there is, coincidentally, also a shortage in good people. I remember when Professor Menon started the law school, even at that time, people told him there are too many law schools. And he said, I do not want to start yet another law school. So Manipal is not yet another law school. This is a law school which is giving you unique skills. So take that and use that and grow, So develop your research skills. You may think you have that in your undergraduate degree, but no, that is not correct. You need to further develop those research skills. And I don't mean using AI or ChatGPT. That is not research. Delve deeply into a problem. You get an occasion to do that with your dissertation. Write, even if it's a short blog to start with. Put yourself out there. Put what your thoughts are and what your writing is out there for the world to see. Because there is a world, whether we like it or not, which is outside the law school, and a world that we have to engage with once we leave here. So that visibility for us, for as students, and visibility for the law school also is, I think, extremely important. So these are things that you have to put your mind to, because there are a lot of distractions for you which we did not have growing up. At the time that we were studying at the National Law School, it was the middle of nowhere. There were, I think, 3 or 4 buses a year, if Nandakumar remembers. If you did not catch, want to go home for the weekend and catch the 6 o'clock bus in the morning, you'd have to wait till 8:30 for the next bus. It was like that. There were no autos. They refused to come, saying, oh, you have to go so far. Today, there is a metro 2 kilometers away. So even our physical surroundings have changed. So we had nothing much to do on campus but to read and interact with our colleagues and study and write. But today you have so many more things that are, infringing upon your time. This 1 year, commit yourself to doing the best you can academically. You may not get an opportunity again. So even if it's something small, even if it's something that is not, a great piece of academic writing, leave that to your teachers. But write something small. Put your thoughts out there. It will help you formulate your thoughts. And this is especially important as you're doing your LLM dissertation. Because what people look for, recruiters look for, is that you know a lot in your area, that you have substance. It doesn't matter that you know everything. We all know that even what you study in an LLM is only the tip of the iceberg. You get hands-on training only when you work. And I'm sure Rekha will agree that once you work, that's when you really learn. But explore what you can as far as your law school life goes. Now, you think that the LLM is the culmination of a journey. In one way, it is. You have done law, which was a big choice, and then again, it is a bigger choice that you make on what you need to or you want to specialize in. But going ahead, you have to remember that what one does an LLM for is not a job. It is for a career. And there is a lot of difference between the two. A job is something which is temporary, part-time. You will do it because there is nothing better to do. A career is something that you grow into, that you spend. It is your passion, something that you really love. Okay? When I joined law school, I thought I wanted to be a corporate lawyer. I even did my LLM in corporate law, mind you. But then I realized that, there are subjects much more challenging than corporate law. And those are subjects that I wanted to explore. I realized that I wanted to teach, and I went back to teach at the law school. And Professor Menon, who hired me, said that, what you need for teaching is passion. Everything else you will learn on the job. So find that thing that you have a passion for, and, do that ultimately. You may have to try many jobs to find something that you find a passion for. But I think the fact that you have decided to do an LLM today is a first important step. Don't forget ever that all of us who are studying law are scholars of law. Law is a discipline that is constantly changing. What was the law today may not be the law tomorrow. There might be a judgment. There might be a new way of thinking in a different country. And so the reading that we do must be very, very structured. Because those of us who are on Instagram, how many of us are not on Instagram? Okay, there are very few hands. So those of us who are on social media know that, it learns what you want to look for and constantly shows you similar things. So you have to be more careful and more targeted in what you read, because otherwise you end up reading a lot of rubbish, which is not really useful for you going forward. So read what you think, or what you decide for yourself. This is what I should read for my class, for my future, for my applications if you're studying abroad, or for this job that I want to do. Okay? So I think the way that we read is something that we must be more mindful about, because otherwise we spend a lot of time reading, but that is mindless reading which does not take us anywhere. So let me reiterate what I was saying until now. I don't want to take more time. I know we are all anxious to listen to Justice Chandrasekhar. I will leave you with this to say that, when you're here, use the time to your best of your abilities, do everything, and write. Read and write, however small it may be, but do it systematically. There is no substitute for sustained, systematic hard work. As we know, when we do a UG, we may have had a good time, had friends, everything. Not that you should not do that now. But in our undergraduate, we learned the law. I remember when we graduated from our LLM, we had t-shirts which said, "Some learn the law, others master it." So you're here for the master's program, Master the Law. All the best.
Thank you, Professor Thomas, for your warm and encouraging words. We are deeply honored to have Honorable Justice A.V. Chandrasekhar, former judge of the Karnataka High Court, as our chief guest. His vast experience and wisdom will undoubtedly inspire us all. Justice A.V. Chandrasekhar joined the district judiciary as a direct district judge in May 1996 and worked as principal district judge in 4 districts and as member secretary of Karnataka State Legal Services Authority. He has also served as the director of Karnataka Judicial Academy, director of the Bangalore Mediation Center, and as principal judge of family courts at Bengaluru. Elevated to the Karnataka High Court on 24th October 2013, Justice Chandrasekhar subsequently served as a judicial member of the Karnataka State Administrative Tribunal and retired on 29th May 2019. Renowned for his effective handling of sensitive cases and efficient case disposal, he is also a distinguished arbitrator and a respected resource person for the Karnataka Judicial Academy. I invite Honorable Justice A.V. Chandrasekhar to deliver the keynote address. Please, sir.
Professor Venkat Raghavan, Dr. Rahul Mishra, Dr. Raghavendra Prabhu, Dr. Apurvi, Revati Roy, Indrani Saha, Shri C.K. Nandakumar, designated senior advocate of Karnataka High Court and a leading practitioner of law and a known arbitrator, Dr. Professor of Law in National Law School, Bangalore, Dr. Sarasu, Esther Thomas, members of the teaching faculty of the Manipal Law School, dear students and their beloved parents. So parents have also been invited to this function. There is a purpose for it. So when they go back, they must have a satisfaction that their decision to admit their daughter or son to this school is justified, or the student must have taken a decision and they must have endorsed it. Either way, it must be justified. I am confident that your decision is just, proper, right. I was the first principal district judge of Udupi. Manipal is about 4 to 5 kilometers from Udupi. I have seen in 1957, Manipal was a barren land. Dr. T.M.A. Pai was a doctor by profession, medical doctor by profession. He wanted to go to Japan. Mother prevailed upon him, no, don't go. Serve people here only, they will give money also. At the same time, serve. He started practicing. He is from Tonse, a village in Udupi, a few kilometers from Udupi town. He started practicing and also set up Syndicate Bank. In 1957, that is about 67 years ago, 67 years ago, he started a private medical college and catered to the needs of whole Malnad area and the coastal area. Poor people also were able to send their children to that medical college, and many of them have become great doctors. See, hats off to his vision. His vision is to be respected for yet another reason. In Syndicate Bank, he made it a policy that we must give employment to women also. He gave employment to substantial number of women. He was of the considered opinion. He strongly believed in women empowerment. Therefore, he gave clerks and even sub-staffs. He was of the opinion that if one lady in the family is given an employment, the family will prosper very well. So, this institution is started by a great visionary. So, his successors have been pursuing the same vision with more passion. And this law school is also an evidence, a strong evidence to that effect. I will just take this Master of Laws. What they have stated, Manipal Law School fosters a holistic academic environment enabling students to have an inclusive access to progressive, adaptive, and innovative legal education. MLS believes in producing lawyers who are specialized, would excel in their profession to be humane with strong sense of social justice. Okay, if one were to read this, what happens is, so this law school gives education to only those students who are intending to become lawyers, is it not? But in interpretation of statutes, there is also one interpretation called as golden rule theory. Another is also purposive interpretation. The purpose for which the law school is, the purpose is to enable those who intend to become lawyers to make them as good lawyers. To also provide education to those who do not want to become lawyers. They may join a corporate company or any other firm or even government also. To that also they will provide good education. So lawyers, it will be very good. Madam has said, this is, I didn't know, this is a 9 months, virtually 9 months course or even one year course. So it's a compressed course. So now your deadline is 1 year from today. You have to work backwards. Madam has rightly said, you can't say, let me have 2 days of leave. No, you don't have time at all. You don't have time to go to your native place at all unless it is absolutely required. You have to work hard. Madam said, you have to work hard. So there is no substitute for working hard. But there is a substitute for the concept of working hard. What is that substitute? There is no substitute for burning the midnight oil. That means you have to, even after midnight, you have to study. Because you have so many subjects. Where do you find time? And this is an age in which whatever you read, it will get embedded in your memory canvas. And you can retrieve also. Now I am 70. At times, I was remembering many important judgments of the Supreme Court. At times, I find it difficult to, though I remember, retrieving will be a little difficult at this age. So therefore, you are all blessed with good age, young age. Please work hard. And those who intend to become lawyers, may I know how many of you intend to become lawyers? Please raise your hand. Good. Good. Lawyer's profession is a profession full of thrill, I tell you. It gives you a lot of pleasure. You can serve the society. At the same time, you can make a lot of money. Ask Mr. Nandakumar. He has no time. If a client with a regular second appeal under section 100 of CPC comes, said, so I have already been engaged. Sorry, I'm an arbitrator also. I have been engaged by so many big advocates. Sorry, he will not say, I will not accept it. He will also say sorry. But he will at the same time say, Rekha is there. She will handle this case. Don't worry. If she finds in any difficulty, I will help her. Because lawyers, however intelligent may be, while dealing with a regular second appeal, where a party has lost in the trial court as well as the first appellate court, it is called as a concurrent appeal. The moment lawyer opens the file and says, sir, this is a concurrent finding of fact, judge will say, this is a concurrent finding fact. No, we can't interfere. 100, you don't have a substantial question of law. You must be able to say, no, sir, this is a concurrent factual incorrect factual finding. Therefore, please take up this case. So, there's a lot of thrill. At times, you may not get money. poor people will not be able to, but poor people will give the best of the files to you where you can learn lot of legal points. I still remember OS 332 of 1983. It was filed in 78. When I became a lawyer, my senior gave me 110 civil files, 28 criminal files, and about 30 bank files and said, your court has been transferred to your native place. Chandrasekhar, go and pick up your practice. I didn't know anything at all. But I worked, I tell you, I worked day and night. Worked very hard. OS 332 of 1983 was a suit for reopening of the partition. In a partition case, if once a partition takes place, it is always said it is a final one. So burden is always upon the person who wants reopening of the partition. Normal rule is a partition, and whoever challenges the partition will have to give extraordinary reasons. Anyhow, I worked very hard. Fortunately, the suit was allowed. First appeal was also dismissed. Second appeal was filed. Somehow it was remanded. I again conducted the case. Then once again up to High Court, it was finalized. Then by the time the parties could reap the fruits, I was a judge, and my senior after a few years telephoned to me, Chandrasekhar, the case which you had won with great difficulty, it ended in final decree. Fortunately, I was able to get the share of Lakshmamma, and also told me her husband, Ramegowda, was coming, he is no more. You know, Ramegowda, when for the first time I was able to get that suit decreed, what might be the fees he gave? He gave me 15 kgs of horse crab. 15 kgs of horse crab. But the blessings was in millions. The blessings was in millions. So, friends, those who intend to become lawyers, work very hard. I tell you to read a book to the best of my memory. Autobiography of Gajendra Gadkar, former Chief Justice of India. He was Chief Justice of India for more than 5 years. He became a law graduate. He wanted to become a lawyer, enrolled himself as a lawyer. About 80, 90 years ago, they used to get married at a very young age. He had already married. And he went to Bombay and stayed with his brother. And he had opened an office. For 5 months, he had no briefs at all. So, there were already invitations from Ferguson College, Pune, even Dharwad College. He was rethinking. One day, after attending the court, and he was coming back from his office after closing it, when he was coming down the stairs, one client from Satara, referred by his close friend lawyer, came and gave him a wakalat and 100 rupees. When he was walking down, he had made up his mind. Enough is enough, I should call it a day of the profession. But the moment he saw the wakalat and 100 rupees thereon, he was somehow lured. He accepted it. And the case was before a district judge in the appellate court, Bombay appellate court. So he didn't know what to do. Then he went and filed wakalat. In fact, even to file wakalat, along with the wakalat, he was expected to file an application seeking leave of the court to participate. He had not filed the application. The judge came to know, Lallu Shah was the district judge. Oh, this man doesn't know anything. He treated him as though he was scolding him. No, you are all youngsters, you don't know anything at all, you come to the court without proper preparation, you should have filed an application for seeking leave. What? Should I tell all those things? If one were to see it was as though he was rebuking him, but he was also giving a hint, you ought to have filed an application seeking leave, you have not filed, therefore I am granting one adjournment. So he came to know of this. Next time he did everything and the case went in his favor and he never looked back and he became one of the finest Chief Justices of India. Therefore, one who works very hard, success is at his feet. So you have to work very hard, 1 year, you have to work backwards, read some good books for inspiration, read all those books which your curriculum proposes. They are absolutely required. But at the same time, you have to read books like With Malice Towards None, biography of Dr. Abraham Lincoln, a great president of America. Why should we remember the American president? We being the Indians, why should we remember an American president? He was a white man. But do you know the cause for which he fought? He fought for abolition of slavery. We all say that defection of lawmakers is bad, morally bad. There is also a law to that effect. It is a different matter. But at that time, in order to see that slavery is abolished, he got 5 senators defected to this side, but for a good cause. So we think of Article 21 of the Constitution of India. What a great, if Article 21 were to be applicable in any other forum in America, his contribution is unparalleled. Read that book. Read the autobiography of Muhammad Karim Chagla, one of the finest judges that India has ever seen. He was the Chief Justice of Bombay High Court for more than 12 years. He's a great nationalist. Though he was trained under Jinnah, he never copied the qualities of Jinnah. But one of the finest nationalist leader was Muhammad Karim Chagla. If you read that Roses in December, why that Roses in December is booked? When a man in his evening days should not brood over the difficult moments he has spent in his life, must always remember the happy moments he has spent in his life. He was a great minister. He was the minister of central minister for education. He was High Commissioner, London, America. He was a great man. So if you read these books, what is the contribution of Alladi Krishnaswamy Iyer for Article 29 and 30, minority rights, educational rights of minorities? It was Alladi Krishnaswamy Iyer who fought. Please try to assimilate the important facets of the Indian Constitution. It took 2 years, 11 months and 16 days for our drafters of the Constitution to give us a wonderful Constitution to us. And we know it was very ably steered by Dr. Ambedkar as the chairman of the drafting committee. But we at the same time, one man should be remembered whenever we remember Constitution is Benegal Narasimha Rao, who was the secretary, who was the advisor to the Constitution of India. He extensively traveled to many countries where democracy was applicable, and he had studied even the American Constitution to such an extent that when Frankfurter, who was the Chief Justice of the American High Court, American Supreme Court, during an interaction, he found his knowledge of the American Constitution baffled, and he said, if the President of the America were to ask him to name the next judge of the American Supreme Court, he would name Benegal Narasimha Rao. Where is Benegal? Benegal is a small village in Udupi district of our own Karnataka state. So Benegal Narasimha Rao, Benegal Ram Rao was the first, his brother was the first chairman of Reserve Bank of India, and his another brother Shiv Rao was the first member of parliament from the Canara constituency. If you read such books, they will inspire them. Coming to the subjects which you are related, Mr. Nandakumar has very eloquently dealt with this. For example, various laws, for example, construction law. What happens is there will be an agreement for construction, there will be an agreement of sale. In the agreement of sale only there will be a clause for arbitration. There will be no clause of arbitration in the construction agreement. Then a dispute comes. Then both will be clubbed and a case will be filed. Then the first argument that the other side, that the respondent would do, sir, this application so far as is not maintainable because there is no arbitration clause in the construction agreement. Then Mr. Nandakumar will argue, no sir, arbitration by reference is applicable. He will rely upon MR engineer's case, a wonderful decision of Justice Ravindran. I had an opportunity to deal with a wonderful arbitration case of Metro. It was presided over by former judge of Karnataka High Court, Rangavitlacharya, a great judge. He was a great law teacher. See, the manner in which he dealt with the various issues, of course, we had a lot of discussions. See, a contractor enters into an agreement with the owner. Let us say Metro. So he says he will agree that in case there is delay, which is attributable to the employer, Metro, he will only seek extension. He will not seek damages on various grounds. He is entitled in law, as per the contract, for these benefits, but he waives his. Nandakumar will argue for the respondent, sir, these agreements are not valid in law. They are all opposed to public policy. How can he waive his right under a statute? So, these are all some intricacies which you will come across when you become good arbitrators, lawyers appearing for arbitrators in arbitration and arbitral tribunals, or while drafting agreements. These are some niceties which are involved. Friends, you have taken a wise decision to have proficiency in a subject. So you must become more wise. 1 year is, see, if you want to really become a lawyer, LLM is not required according to us. You have lost 1 year. But still, they have assured that you will be given specialization. I am very sure that law teachers like Venkat will really train you very well on all the nuances of certain subjects which are new in nature. When we must be thorough in Constitution. Constitution is the foundation of law. We have rule of law. All laws will be tested on the touchstone of the provisions of the Constitution, particularly the fundamental rights. Please remember the sacrifices that our founding fathers have made. They have worked day and night. They were men of great values. You may be knowing very well that when we accepted the Constitution into our results on 26/11/1949, there were no fundamental duties. Fundamental duties under Article 51A were introduced by virtue of 42nd Amendment on the basis of Swaran Singh Committee. So, Article 51J is very, very crucial. It speaks about individual excellence and community excellence. We need excellence of the highest order. We have been hearing that India will be a 5 trillion economy, will be fifth in few years. So to achieve all these things, as Madam has rightly put, to have the dreams come true, the destiny is in your hands. You are the creators of your own destiny. Your parents or your teachers can only give a gentle nudge to that. If you work hard, the upper floor is vacant. There are thousands of lawyers in Bangalore. If you want to name few lawyers who are very thorough in criminal jurisprudence, there are a lot of good lawyers on constitutional matters, civil matters, arbitration matters, NCLT matters. I tell you, as a judge, having dealt with large number of criminal cases also, and very close, my heart is very close to the criminal jurisprudence. We find very few lawyers who are competent. So, competency is the requirement of the day. I am very confident that God will give you all strength to acquire the same. You have to keep your health, because 1 year, even if you are not keeping health for 2 days, you will be losing 2 days. You can't work for 2 days. So, Sharira Madhyam Khalu Dharma Sadhanam. If you want to achieve a good objective, you must have a good health also. Please take care of your health. Your parents have blessed you in abundance. Teachers will also bless you in abundance. You have a wonderful atmosphere to study, work hard, and achieve what you intend to become. I also tell you, if you intend to become lawyers also, if you become good lawyers, there is a lot of depth for effective judges also. One day, the High Court may invite you also to adorn the seat of the judge of the High Court or the Supreme Court. For ladies also, we have, there is now, I tell you, for those girls who have joined this course, I was the director of Judicial Academy. In 2008, 120 batches, 2 batches of 118 were inducted. And for the first time, the proportion was they had crossed 33%, that is 39%. 39% were the ladies. Now it is almost 50%. If you take about 50 or 55 civil judges selection, there will be 33, 35 ladies. Lot of ladies are also becoming judges. It's a great opportunity. We have Justice B.V. Nagaratna from our own Bangalore. She adorns the Supreme Court as a judge known for her courage, conviction, and wisdom, knowledge, experience. So there is a lot of opportunities for you in this field. I wish you all the best in your career. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring keynote address. I would now like to invite Ms. Revati Roy, Assistant Professor at Manipal Law School, to introduce you to the faculty members who will be guiding you throughout the journey at MLS.
Thank you, Arkiran. My warm greetings to all the dignitaries, parents, and students. Dear students, firstly, I welcome you all to Manipal Law School, Mahe Bengaluru. We are thrilled to have you here as you embark on this exciting journey. This is your first step towards a future filled with knowledge, growth, and success. Over the coming days, you'll get to know your peers and explore the opportunities that await you. Today, I'll introduce to you all our faculty members who will be there throughout the LLM journey to guide you and be a part of your achievements. We have Dr. Jaya Vasudevan, who is Professor of Law and Director in Charge, Manipal Law School. Next, we have Professor R. Venkataraghavan, who is Professor of Practice at Manipal Law School. We have Dr. Sunil John, Professor of Law at Manipal Law School. We have Dr. Ella Gorian, who is Professor at Manipal Law School. Next, we have Honorable Mr. Justice P. Krishna Bhatt, who is an honorary professor at Manipal Law School. We have Dr. Anuja S., Associate Professor at Manipal Law School. Next, we have Dr. C.G. Manjunath, who is Associate Professor at Manipal Law School. We have Dr. Rahul Mishra, who is Associate Professor. We have Dr. Indraneel Saha, who is Associate Professor at Manipal Law School. We have Dr. Sahana Reddy, who is also an Associate Professor at Manipal Law School. We have Dr. Nagendra, who is Associate Professor at Manipal Law School. We have Dr. Apurvi Srivastava, who is Associate Professor at Manipal Law School. Next, we have Ms. Monica Punya, who is Assistant Professor of Law. We also have Dr. Ali Farhan Gulreis, who is Assistant Professor at Manipal Law School. Next, we have Mr. Pavan V, who is Assistant Professor of Law. We also have Ms. Harkiran Sehgal, who is the Master of Ceremony today. She is also an assistant professor at Manipal Law School. We have Ms. Yashu Bansal, who is assistant professor at Manipal Law School, and Ms. Revati Rani Roy, who is also an assistant professor at Manipal Law School. So I hope that you embrace every moment here at your law school, during your career, during your law school journey, and I hope that you embrace and enjoy the experience. We are here to support you every moment of the way. Welcome to Manipal Law School, Mahe Bengaluru. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Roy, for the introductions. We also have the privilege of hearing from some of the industry experts in the field and our alumni. I now invite Dr. Indranil Saha, Associate Professor at Manipal Law School, to share some messages.
Good evening, everyone. A warm welcome to Manipal Law School. As you have heard from our esteemed dignitaries here and my esteemed colleagues, so I believe personally that you are in one of the best law schools in India, which is offering dynamic and prolific courses, especially in the field of Masters in Law. And many of the subjects that you will be taught here are nowhere found in India. You may compare them with some of the leading universities abroad. And in order to inculcate such kind of courses, we felt that it is not just sufficient where only academic coaching needs to be given. So we, embarked on a mission where we have teaching modules which are taught both by industry professionals as well as academicians from the course. And we have stalwart people from the industry who will be teaching you many of the modules, many of the subjects, because as you can understand from the subjects, these are very new dynamic subjects which are changing, and so an understanding of the industry level expertise is very much essential and beneficial for the students, both in the field of academics as well as in jobs. So in this respect, I would like the team to play some of the messages which our esteemed industry professionals who will be teaching many of the courses and who have taught courses have produced and wanted you to have a look at, actually, from their side.
Good morning, everybody. It is my pleasure to welcome you all for this course, which is a unique course for the simple reason that this is the first time in India that Manipal Law College has started this program on construction law. And I'm very sure that this program on construction law, which is a unique feature of Manipal Law College, will help you immensely in your career progression. It will not only help you in your existing professional career, it will also help you in alternate career options. As you all know, we do not teach construction law in law colleges and engineering colleges. At the same time, most of the construction disputes, not only most of the construction disputes, most of the arbitrations in India are construction arbitrations, for which we need people who have got good and structured learning of construction law, which has not happened so far. And the result is that the quality of the arbitral disputes relating to construction disputes is not as it should be. There are many jurisdictions where construction law is taught, and there are various programs on construction law, such as Melbourne University, where you have MS LLM in construction law. King's College London has got MSc in construction law, but we do not see any such program. So I am glad that you all have opted for this program and and I am very sure that during your course you will have able guidance by eminent faculty members. Not only the course director, who is eminent personality. Apart from him, there are many who are going to teach you. I'm also looking for opportunity when I can take out time to discuss with you various aspects of construction law. And construction law has got its own developed jurisprudence, which is somehow unknown to many stakeholders in construction industry and as well as the construction dispute industry. So I'm very hopeful that the program which you have opted for is going to help you immensely in your career building. With this, thank you all for being part of this program, and looking forward to meet you guys in one of the sessions. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is a great honor for me to be participating in this momentous occasion as we inaugurate India's first LLM program in construction law and arbitration. As president of the Asian Institute of Alternative Dispute Resolution, I extend my heartfelt congratulations to everyone who have made this pioneering initiative a reality. This program, curated by Professor Venkat, is modeled after many other programs around the world, especially in the West, and it marks a significant milestone in the evolution of legal education in India. It reflects the growing importance of having specialized knowledge, particularly in construction law and arbitration, a field that is becoming increasingly vital in our rapidly developing world. By equipping the next generation of professionals, both legal and technical, with skills and expertise needed to navigate the complexities of construction disputes, this LLM program will undoubtedly contribute to the advancement of alternative dispute resolution in India and beyond. I look forward to witnessing the impact of the program on our legal landscape and wish the faculty and students every success in the years to come. I also look forward to welcoming you into the fold of the Asian Institute of Alternative Dispute Resolution as a member or a fellow based on your experience. Congratulations again, and thank you.
Hi, dear friends. Very glad to see that all of you have chosen the path to do a master's program in law at the Manipal Law School. I think it's a fantastic effort made by the Manipal Law School to introduce LLMs programs in specified fields and specialized areas such as construction and arbitration, as well as a specialized LLM on arbitration. There's one LLM on data privacy. This is just amazing, and I think it's first of its kind in the country. I wish you all the best for your LLM program, and may you prosper in your career as well as in your academic pursuits. Thank you.
Very good morning, ladies and gentlemen and honored guests. I am Lakshmanan Ramaya, General Manager and Head of Contracts Administration and Claims Management at Heavy Civil Infrastructure Division of Larsen & Toubro. Today, I stand before you with profound pride in delivering a brief address for the inauguration of LLM in Construction Law and Arbitration at Manipal Law School. As an LLM graduate myself, I feel at home sharing snippets of my own experience and emphasizing the course's vitality in light of the evolving global construction law scenario. As I reflect on my own LLM journey, I am reminded of the rigorous challenges and intellectual fervor demanded by this program. It equipped me to meet those requirements. I can vouch that the LLM program offers an intricate tapestry of construction law, a field as dynamic and multifaceted as the project it governs. Manipal Law School, renowned for its academic framework and commitments to fostering a profound understanding of legal nuances, has once again embarked on offering this unique interdisciplinary program that blends the entities of construction and law. To the incoming cohort, I offer my heartfelt congratulations and best wishes. You are about to embark on a journey that will not only enhance your legal acumen, but also shape your professional path in the critical field of construction law. As you begin this demanding academic journey, keep in mind that challenges are not mere obstacles, they are opportunities in disguise. They serve as crucibles where your skills and knowledges will be tested and refined. Make the most of your professors' expertise, collaborate with your peers, and immerse yourself in the vibrant academic environment fostered by this institution. As I conclude, I extend my heartfelt congratulations and best wishes to all of you. May your journey through the LLM in construction law and arbitration be characterized by discovery, growth, and unparalleled success. Thank you one and all, and thanks for this invite. I'm honored. Thank you.
Hello all. It's my absolute immense pleasure to convey my greetings on inauguration of LLM Construction Law and Arbitration by Manipal Law School. This very first LLM in Construction Law and Arbitration is absolutely going to set new trends in vast construction industry of India, wherein the professionals who will pass out this course will have greater skills than their counterparts to deal with contextual matter, claims and disputes on the construction projects. This enhanced skill and competence will be very visible to others, and seeing them, others also will be encouraged sooner or later to undertake this program. I congratulate Professor Venkat for spearheading this course and feel humbled that I'll also be able to contribute a small bit to this LLM program. I work as a contracts and commercial director with a US-based consultancy firm in Dubai and have spent a better part of my 40 years of experience in the industry to handle claims and disputes. I wish all the students who have enrolled for this very first program all the very best, and thank once again Manipal Law School and Professor Venkat for this amazing initiative, which I'm sure is at a fraction of the cost that other foreign schools charge for the similar program. Thank you, and good luck to all the students for this first ever LLM program. Take care. Bye.
Hello everyone. My congratulations to the Manipal Law School and Professor Venkat for the inaugural session of the LLM program in construction law. Construction law is a great initiative, and as a pioneering law school, Manipal has started this LLM. I wish all the best to the students, to all the professors and lecturers, and everybody who is a well-wisher of this program. Thank you very much.
Manipal Law School, Bangalore is inaugurating its LLM program on construction law on 16th August 2024. I believe that this program would change the legal landscape of the construction industry in the country. I, on behalf of Society of Construction Law Kerala chapter, wish the program and all the faculties and students the very best.
Well, this is the happiest moment as an arbitration practitioner, sharing few words as a congratulatory words as well as a testimonial for this wonderful launch of the Master of Law on Construction Law and Arbitration at Manipal Law School. This particular course, which has been structured in both theoretical as well as in practical sense, which is a wholesome with combination of internship, a reasonable scholarship, and the vibrant campus, which is going to facilitate this full-time course for practitioners, particularly young practitioners, whether legal practitioners or practitioners in construction industry, similar to the civil engineers, the construction engineers, the architects. All these professionals would take this course as a valuable and a great opportunity wherein they can explore their opportunity to be a construction administrator or a construction professional in contractors' firms, wherein this is going to be a major role which is likely to be imparted by this particular course. Additionally, I feel in a personal note, this course is being done by wonderful practitioners like Dr. Venkatraman Ramadurai, and along with him a good team of faculties from the industry and from academics who are going to explore, share the knowledge what they have gained and what they are going to provide to the participants. Best wishes.
Manipal Law School Bengaluru has commenced the unique LLM program in construction law and arbitration this year. And to my knowledge, it's the first such exhaustive program in this subject in India. Now, construction law is a specialized subject, and Professor Venkat has taken keen interest in curating the curriculum after considering the syllabus of similar programs in other developed and advanced jurisdictions, and then providing a customized program which is suited in India. And as I understand, the faculty are chosen as a mix of industry experts and academicians, including practicing seasoned arbitrators and advocates, experienced engineers, and techno-legal professionals. I think it will go a long way to fill a gap in this arbitration industry in India. I wish the program and the institute good luck and my best wishes to all the cohorts. Hope they will enjoy and benefit a lot from this program, and there is something for both the lawyers as well as the engineers. Best of luck.
So I believe these people that were displaying these messages, actually, most of the credentials were not given because they hold really high, far-fetched positions not only in India but in abroad also, like Professor Dr. Sundar Raju, Datuk Sundar Raju. He's actually based in Malaysia. Okay, he's not from India, he's not even staying in India. So there are many other people like Ganesh Chandru, his name was just shown as Ganesh. So he is the partner of a very big law firm in India, which is many branches. He's based in Chennai. So all these people you are seeing here, they are not ordinary lawyers. They are not running ordinary firms, or they are not, running ordinary teams in a small industry, actually. So they are very well known, internationally known people who are coming here. And I believe most of you may be having questions that most of these videos are only on construction law and arbitration. Why not on the other aspects of data privacy and IT laws? Well, to answer that question, actually, we decided that since one of the batches has already passed out, batches of students, let's have some testimonials of students to answer your questions. And let's see what the students felt while doing those courses in Manipal Law School, and what has that course taken them to, in their professional field. Are they jobless? Are they doing jobs? Are they into research? So what do they have to tell about us and the future that is holding for them? So could you please play the video?
Hi guys, I'm Shweta Pai. I just graduated from MLS in data privacy and cyber law. MLS for me has been great, and I had a great experience there and had an opportunity to learn more about emerging tech laws and data privacy laws. Also, I met some wonderful people there. I wish you all the very best and welcome to MLS. Thank you.
Hi guys, my name is Isha Singh. I just completed my LLM in Information Technology Law from MLS Mahe Bengaluru. My time at Mahe Bengaluru was really great. I met new people, learned new things, and had a lot of fun. I hope you all have a lot of fun just like us, and welcome you all to the new batch. Welcome guys.
Hi, my name is Nikhil Bharadwaj. I was part of the LLM batch at Manipal Law School, Bangalore, 2023 to 2024. I had a great experience at Manipal Law School. I learned a lot of things about law, about technology, and about personality building as well. So here's wishing the new batch all the best, and good luck.
Hi everyone,
Myself Kausalya, and I'm a recent graduate of LLM Information Technology Law. My time during MLS was amazing as I got to deep dive into the technology laws as well as data privacy, and also got the chance to meet new people and make amazing memories and friends. It is my pleasure to welcome the new batch of LLM 2024-25. I am very excited for you all, and I hope that you all make new memories, learn new things, and also enjoy your time at MLS. All the best. Wishing you all the luck.
Hi guys, my name is Sona James, and I was part of the last year's LLM program. It was an incredible journey for me to join LLM in Mahe, and the faculties, opportunities, everything helped me to grow and learn more. And welcome to our LLM family, and learn, grow, and don't hesitate to connect with us and peer groups and faculties. All the best.
So that was the some of the testimonials of the students who have just completed this course recently, and they are very well placed in many of the industries, especially considering that the data privacy law in India is very new. It's at the nascent stage, and even the law firms, top level law firms and courts are finding it difficult to interpret in many of the places. Still, in such a scenario, our students have made it to big law firms. They have made it to big industries which provide data security as well as data privacy support system. And first year has been a challenge for us also, because as you can understand, with the booklet in your hand, many of the subjects that have been taught are completely new. So we framed new syllabus. We were also not very sure as to how it will go, but it went on well, and now we are more equipped and better equipped with the new batch coming in, and we are all committed to help you to reach your goal. But on behalf of all the faculties, also have a request to all the students. Please be disciplined in class, please be regular in class, please maintain the attendance, because if you miss out some of the lectures, it would be very difficult for us to go back, looking at the stringent timelines, to go back and explain things, because these are things which you normally would not find in just opening up any law textbook. So we compile a lot of stuff from research materials. So please be attentive in class, because as all our dignitaries have said, there is no shortcut to success. Okay, so you be disciplined in class, you put up our effort, we will put our best effort so that you succeed in life. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Saha, for conveying the messages from our alumni and industry experts. As we move towards the end of our program, I invite Professor Venkat Raghavan R., Professor of Practice at Manipal Law School, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Honorable Justice Chandrasekhar Ji, Professor Sarasu Thomas, and Senior Advocate, my friend Mr. Nandakumar. I hope I will make it brief. I know that I'm standing in between you and that coffee. We've been sitting for more than 2 hours. It's not going to be long. Technically, the vote of thanks, I need to thank all of you for making this function success. Probably that's a very narrow interpretation. I want to make a wider interpretation, because I want to thank a couple of people during this small speech. Because I started an engineer, then I moved on to the law and construction law. Many years back, I did my LLM from Robert Gordon from Scotland. My professor, Bill McLaughlin, who taught and who rubbed actually the interest to get into training and to get into academics. So he's 84 years now, and still he is teaching from his desk. Actually, post-pandemic, he's not traveling. So he was the one who actually helped me to curate the program, and he shared all his notes, his wisdom, and whatever help I needed, he was ready to help me. So I would like to thank my professor, Bill McLaughlin, for all his support on this years. The other person is Phil Simons from Manchester. Today, the construction claims actually a very grown industry. If you can believe that in mid-70s, there was a person called Roger Knowles from Manchester again. He wanted to separate the contract management and make a construction claims as a separate specialization. Imagine mid-70s. So I had a great opportunity to work with, and Phil Simons was the first employee of Roger Knowles Associates. So we worked together for many years in the Gulf, and every iconic project in the Gulf region, either we built it or we were involved in some arbitration or claims in that. So that's the kind of a background. And he has helped me a lot to understand the program, and he was actually adjunct at Manchester University teaching quantity surveying at that some years ago. So these two professionals actually helped me a lot to curate the program, and my sincere thanks to them. Okay, we had a good program, and of course I did a lot of academic stints at IIT Madras and IIM Trichy and all, but we need to have a good canvas to launch this program. So wherever I speak about construction law and say that nobody is doing it in India, we want to do that, the answer is, if nobody is doing it, why you want to do it? So then, at least Mahe and MLS, they said, okay, come and develop the program here. So 18 months I've been here dreaming about this program, and I'm very glad that it has come this far, and you could see that messages. There are a lot of industry professionals in India and abroad who are all foreign professors. They are willing to teach and willing to take this up further. And of course, this LLM is going to be like a 20-20 match. We don't have much time. You had a test match of 5 years learning your LLB. It's going to be very fast. And the other specialty of the program is actually we have a team here. There are another 30-40 cohorts online. Actually, this program is available in two variants. One is for the lawyers, where we are going to run it as an LLM. There are a lot of engineers and valuers and cost engineers and quantity surveyors. We are going to teach them the contract law, tort law, and a little bit of Limitation Act and other things. We are going to prepare a kind of a field where the engineers and the construction professionals and the lawyers can talk to each other in the common language of construction law. This is what King's College London does, and other universities, they do. In fact, it's a Make in India effort for us. We don't have to go to King's College. We can have the program here with a similar faculties and the kind of expertise. So that's the message for me here. I thank MLS and Mahe. And in fact, this 1987 was the year that King's College started the program. In 89, 40 different colleges in America introduced LLM as a master's program. It has taken so many years to reach out to India. We have in Melbourne or we have in London. That's all the two places where the construction law is offered as a master's. So you can imagine the kind of a need, and since we have a huge infra push, I think it's a great time. Even in the non-contentious area, there is a lot of lawyers can contribute. Of course, when the big projects, big disputes, big money, definitely there is something for us to make. So either way we are covered, so nothing to worry about it. So my thanks to all the faculty members, administration team, chief guest and other guest speakers for sharing their wisdom. And finally for the students for starting their new journey. So it is going to be tough, it's going to be difficult, but we are here to help you, make use of your time and learn. When you come out, you are going to be the ambassadors of Manipal Law School in the new areas of legal education, and I wish you all the good luck. And for me, LLM is laugh, learn and make it up. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Venkat Raghavan. May I now request you all to rise for the national anthem? Thank you, everyone. Just for your information, I would like to inform LLM students that from 19th August, 1 week induction program is planned for all of you on campus, the schedule of which is enclosed with your welcome kit. So kindly take a look. This concludes the formal part of our program. We now invite you to join us for high tea and snacks. Let's take this opportunity to interact and get to know each other. Thank you all for being here today. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you.